roll, boy.
I don't
This
like
is
it.
how we roll.
I need to
That's
count.
how we
I need
do
to
it.
count down.
3, 2, 1. Record.
We've already been
And
recording
we
for the
are
3 seconds
live.
before that.
Probably.
Hello, everyone.
You Napishton.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
We missed you and you missed us. And
We are back.
we love you. And
I don't even know how many
you love
weeks
us.
we are now. I can't keep
It's time
track.
to stop counting.
Yeah, because we're doing it weekly, baby.
Yep. When you do it weekly, you don't have to count.
If you're weekly, you're
Oh, God.
good.
Okay.
Okay.
If you're weekly, you're peakly.
We have a rhymer.
He's in rhyming right now. It's his.
Yeah, it's his thing.
It's his tick.
His tick.
My tick, my talk.
Guess what today is?
Beltane.
It's Beltane. Did you know that? I don't think we told you.
Of course.
Oh, you did know.
It's
No.
Beltane.
Okay. Today
Do you know
is
what Beltane is?
Blessed Beltane.
It's the thing that holds your pants up.
Oh, yeah, good job.
I mean, yeah, a belt.
Belt.
It's part of the word.
Yeah, if you've listened to all of our podcasts, which you said you've had, then you've
All right,
listened
don't
to
judge
the
me.
episode
No.
on
Probably
Beltane.
fast forwarded through
Did you
those.
fast forward through Beltane?
Who was talking at that time?
Probably me.
All of
Okay,
us.
there we go.
Yeah, it was KK teaching us.
Yeah. So today
We
is
were
Beltane,
It is.
or Beltane, as they say in Ireland.
It's the day of the light.
It is. It's
is.
the
And
opposite side of Samhain.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
it's like for fertileness and
Fertile.
the-
We're all fertile.
Veliston.
So, like, does the sun shine brighter or?
No,
It shines bright like a diamond.
it's just the marking of the beginning of the light
Yeah.
season. So in ancient Ireland and ancient Celtic regions, they would celebrate today as a cross-quarter day, a fire festival. They would always have fire, which is why we're going to have a fire later.
we have to
It's
dance
a
around a
seasonal
maypole.
thing.
Yeah.
Like, think of it like it's the beginning of spring, if you want to.
To
We
be
had
someone
a-
Not
that's so
technically
into
like the first
Celtic
spring day.
traditions, you're giving us a very strange look right now.
I never said I was
Well-
like super. I'm not into it like you are.
I know.
We have a maypole that we're gonna dance around and put the ring around the rosy. If you would like to join us,
I'll just have a drink and
will you
watch the
record
fire.
us?
Hmm?
Will you record us?
Last year we made our flower crowns.
Was
that?
tonight?
No,
No,
that
it
was
Midsummer,
not- yeah, that was
Letha.
Midsummer.
Yeah, I made sure to avoid
Did we
that
watch
too.
Midsummer on Midsummer?
We did watch Midsummer.
We did
That's
watch
been almost
Midsummer.
a
Yeah, I
That's been
invited Tyler. He
almost
said
a
no,
year.
I've seen that movie.
Absolutely.
That is a crazy
not.
movie.
That has been almost a year. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Such
it
a
has.
disturbing movie.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
So yeah, today's Beltane or Beltane, and we just had a good feast of
Oh, it
grilled
was so good.
chicken and corn, honey, cornbread, potatoes, and salad.
And we have a honey
summer
cake
salad
for
with some
dessert,
strawberries.
Yeah, we have a honey cake for dessert.
Yeah.
made
So
by yours truly.
And
Cake
who
Mix.
else is going to eat that honey cake?
The fairies.
Yeah, we're gonna leave some out for the
fairies.
fairies tonight,
Yeah.
and we have to leave out moon water. Don't forget to put your
I
moon
know.
water out.
Can
It's
it
a
be
full
filtered moon water?
And I also
Yes.
saw something where it was the type of like moon where it is to like put your intentions, try your intentions, and put it under so they can charge too
Okay.
when you
It's a
drink.
Scorpio full moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And something about drinking the moon water to like
Mm.
and saying the intentions before you do.
Are you going to
Listen.
do that, Tyler?
I'm going to.
I'll think about it.
I will take.
You should look out. You should think about it because you are a Scorpio moon. Tonight is your full moon. Do you feel bright and shiny?
Yeah.
You look like a newborn baby.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
That's why he is how he is tonight.
He's a Scorpio moon.
It makes a lot of sense.
He's wild and crazy.
Hey,
Yeah.
He has
I
been a
mean,
little crazy.
He has been
a little
crazy.
crazier than normal.
It's been great.
I'm sorry.
That's my favorite Tyler. I
Oh,
love
I,
crazy.
too.
I'm very much enjoying it because usually he's very, not reserved, but reserved.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's going to not be reserved now that the microphone's in front of him.
Yeah, I'll be quiet now.
Why are you quiet? No one can hear you.
No one can hear you.
No, I mean,
No
they
one
can't
can
hear you.
No
They-
one can hear you.
They can't hear you yet.
No one can see you.
Does that make sense?
I like that.
They just see us looking
good.
at
That's
a
good.
blank space over there.
So tonight we're going to talk about something fun.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, and I'm really excited about this one. So last week we kind of hinted a little bit that we wanted to talk about the flood myths that happened in different cultures.
Floods.
So tonight we're going to talk about different cultures' flood myths. And to kick us off, I wanted Jacob to tell us, give us a
Rehash some of that
yeah,
religious drama.
some of the stuff that you remember So Jacob is coming into this totally blind. I asked him to not look up anything
about any floods.
For any
or not to refresh
civilizations.
my brain about the Bible flood.
Yeah, because I wanted like the key things that stand out to him to be told. So what do you remember about the biblical flood?
So Noah, he went to the burning bush and broke the stone. That's not Noah, that's Moses. Never mind.
Did you just say Noah went to the burning
Yes.
bush?
Yeah.
And broke the stone?
And broke
I
the
love
stone.
this. This is fun already.
Okay, so no, that's not what happened.
He corrected.
And we're
he
not
caught
doing this
himself,
to
though.
make fun.
No.
It's I want to know what the like Jacob's been in church all his life, but not to the extent that we three have been in church.
Right.
Right.
I did not pay attention.
Yeah.
I mean, I did.
There was no.
But-
What was it like? Did y'all ever do the? Not Bible-a-thon, but it was like some kind of something-a-thon where it was like Bible trivia. Where you
I did
had
Bible
like,
trivia all
It was like
I
it was
did,
something part of Awanas, I feel like, and we would go.
Didn't have
and we would
Awanas.
have like these like.
I did the stuff where you find stuff really fast.
yeah. We
Maybe
did
that
those.
was it.
Um,
And like they would give you the
Bible
Bible
drill.
verse, but what was it?
Bible drill.
Yes, Bible
Yeah.
drills,
Yeah.
and you had to they gave you the verse, and you had to like go find the chapter and the
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Or they would give you
This
a
is
verse
stuff
and
that
you would
I've like
recite
I've
it.
literally suppressed this, and we're
Yeah.
talking about it, and it's starting to come back out, and I feel
Yeah.
like my face
Yeah.
is getting red.
My church did not have anything like that. It was a small backwoods church in the ghetto.
Yeah, and
There's-
your history with it too is not like your parents now are very into the church.
Oh yeah.
But they
at
weren't.
the time they weren't.
Well, they were when I was in church, but like
when
I
you
was,
got
But you
when
brought
you
them
you
to it.
brought them
yeah,
to
yeah,
church.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not, and that's not something you should beat yourself up about because
Yeah.
you do sometimes.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean,
it's
You
that's the point of
I
life. you
wanted
were
them to
in.
go to church, not,
Yeah.
yeah, you had friends
like
who wanted
that.
to.
On the off center, all three of us were born from a baby in church, right? We were there.
Yeah,
all the
been
time.
kicked out of it. Been
He went
through
through a lot. You went through a lot. I don't feel like my upbringing was a lot, but I don't think as much as
it
yours
was
too.
every night of the week. It felt like I know it was Sundays, mornings,
Mm-hmm.
and evenings, and we usually would go to the early service and the mid service because Dad was in the choir
And you
make
got
that make
kicked out
sense.
of church one time
for wearing jeans on a Wednesday
Yeah.
because we did not have time to go home and
Yeah.
change. They came. My dad's like, it'll be fine, and they
Yeah.
came to the house that Friday. It was a Friday night. And they
crazy.
came, and it was the youth pastor and this other. Their last name was Tankersley, but they called him like Tank Daddy, which is in
Okay,
itself
that's weird.
very Epstein. May he rest in peace.
Okay.
That was weird.
Anyways,
Okay.
they came. They were like, "This is our rules. These are our bylaws." And my dad's like, "We literally did not have time to go home." And they
Yeah.
were like, "Well, these are the rules and bylaws." And
Would
that's
they
like,
rather
"I
you just
literally
not go?
tithe you over 10% every week,
Yeah.
every Sunday. You get over 10% of my pay for the year." They're like, "Your money's not good enough for that."
Yeah. That's crazy.
And basically said, "Here's your options." And Dad was like, "Okay,
What were the options?
screw off.
Yeah.
Like, follow the rules or don't come back."
Yeah.
And he had been
So-
there since the 70s.
That's crazy.
Tyler and Jonathan have really extensive church background. I do as well. Mine was just more relaxed. But I wanted to see if you could give us your, recall of the
Of not
flood.
Moses.
Not Moses, but Noah.
Okay, yeah, I do remember. Actually, it's coming back to me now. So, God spoke to Noah and said, "These people are bad in this world." Yep. And they probably weren't that bad, to be honest. I don't know. Actually, I don't remember what they were doing. They might have been bad.
Okay.
But, do you like how I clicked that with that when I said but?
Yeah.
Anyhow, so he said, "You got to build this big boat that will fit your family
Okay.
and 2 of each animal."
Yep.
And then so he did build this.
There's
Ark.
so many, just talking about it out loud. It's just so, we all come from incest. We are all ancestral babies.
Well,
I mean, where's the
I mean,
lie?
if it's
true,
yeah.
it's true, yeah.
if it's true, that's what they're saying, that
we all come from Noah.
because at that point we are descendants from him because everyone else on earth died.
Died.
Well, they're having kids. Those kids, who else are they going to reproduce with?
Yeah.
They're other family.
Well, I mean, they
members.
had their wives, which weren't part of their family.
but where
then
those children that they had
have
though.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so do you remember anything else from the story?
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
So he got 2 of each animal on there. Somehow, I don't know how he did that.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of animals.
Yeah. Technically, it was
Just the basic animals.
clean. They had to have 7 clean animals, I think.
What
so
would
they
be a
could
clean
eat.
animal?
The animals they were allowed to eat under Jewish law.
Oh.
So like cows and
Yeah.
deer and stuff like that. They can't eat like pigs. And,
kosher items
Yeah.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So then they did that, and so it flooded for
40.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, 40
40
days,
days
40
and
days,
40
and 40
nights.
nights.
I don't want to. I just want to listen.
I don't know where I got
was
7
it?
at.
Was it?
I don't
40?
remember, honestly.
I thought the 40 days and 40 nights was in the desert
Maybe that was it.
where he was.
I know what it is, but I don't
manna.
wanna say.
Okay,
I just wanna
let's let Jacob
Well,
keep
okay,
going.
it was somewhere from 7 to 40 days, 7 days or 40 days during this world flood.
We're professional.
And then all of a sudden it stops flooding and raining, and this little white dove comes, and there's a rainbow, and it's got pieces for Earth.
Yeah.
And the gays have stolen it. Sorry. I'm not sorry. But anyhow, yeah, that's what I remember.
Okay.
And then that they did the things they do to make us, and we're way off.
Yeah.
And I think that's just. I don't remember what else
I was
happened.
letting the 7 and 40 just go.
What is it?
Wait.
Okay, so what's the answer?
370 to 371 days.
Are you kidding? Over
40?
a
I knew
year?
the 40
It's supposed to be like a
days was
year,
in the wilderness.
essentially.
That was when they were in the
Wow.
How could
wilderness
you
and
be on a
like.
That's
boat for
40
a year?
years.
Wait, that was 40 years in the wilderness?
They spent a hell of a long
Oh yeah,
time.
that
in the
was it.
wilderness.
Was 40 years. What's 40 days?
I think that was the time Jesus fasted.
Okay.
Jesus fasted for
What was
40
7 days and 7 nights?
The creation story.
Oh yeah. So it all just goes together.
Remember how we were talking about? We've suppressed a lot of shit. Okay, like
But wait,
trauma. We deconstruct. We clear our
But-
brains for other.
But what?
stuff.
how can you be on a boat for that many times or days and nights?
I mean, you can.
And what about the animals? What are you going to do with them? I mean, and how do they cook them?
Have
Or do
you
they
ever-
just eat them raw?
No, I
No,
mean, they
they
could
probably-
cook. And they had, I'm sure they had a fire.
I'm sure they had a
On a
full range
boat?
stove
yeah,
on there.
they had something to cook.
They had They probably had a full range stove. You know.
So it was basically a cruise
Oven.
line.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Has
I'm
anybody
just
ever
loving
been to
this.
the Ark in Kentucky?
No,
No.
I kind
I
of want to
have.
go.
I'm
I
not.
have.
Is
we
it-
went as a family trip one time.
Can we go?
There's dinosaurs on the boat.
Family trip being.
There was dinosaurs on there?
Mom, Dad, Kate.
Okay.
Okay. The rest
I
of the
didn't know
family.
if
I'm
it
not
was-
gonna
Would it
say.
be weird if
I've
we
always
went?
been curious about that because a lot of Christians, I won't say a lot, I do know Christians that like basically refute dinosaurs as a whole.
Yeah.
And then I've heard some Christians basically saying there were dinosaurs before the flood, and that helped wipe helped wipe them out. But I've never heard, because I've heard it's on the ark.
This
but-
specific guy who wrote these specific books, his name is Ken Ham. He wrote Answers in Genesis.
okay,
He's the one that basically
developed
came
all
up with this ark.
Gotcha.
And so in his mind, dinosaurs existed,
Okay.
which means there are dinosaurs on the ark.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yep.
I don't know.
Like a T-Rex?
that was always.
No, like little things.
Oh.
No one in church
Well-
could ever. Because, like.
Well, there's Leviathan, there's Behemoth and stuff like
Right.
that in the
Or,
Bible.
yeah,
but
lizards.
Yeah.
But they would, like. But they would never, like, answer the dinosaur
That's
question.
because they don't know.
They don't know. Right.
Yeah.
Even
And
though,
that's
how can
fine.
they-
even though
We don't know either.
science. I
We're
mean,
just
true,
guessing.
but, like, science shows. Like, their things were like, did they exist? I remember, like, once they were like, well. They could just not be real. And it's like, but
There's
there's
bones.
literal bones in gray, like 20
They
minutes up
could
the
be
road.
dragons, like we've talked about.
Yeah.
They could be people.
So
Giant bones.
one thing that we've noticed is that this myth of the Great Flood exists in multiple cultures, right?
Yeah.
So what we've done is each of us, Joe and Tyler and I, have researched a different culture that we want to talk about their flood myth. So I'm going to go first with the flood myth from the Indus Valley, the India myth. So I have my copy of one book from the Mahabharata. There's 10 books this size
That is crazy.
in the Mahabharata. And I'm going to read
Have you read them all?
No. It's for instances like this where I need to research and just look up stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read a passage. Okay. Have all my highlighted areas.
I love that.
So this is the story of Manu and the fish.
Manu.
From the third book from the Mahabharata.
That sounds familiar.
Manu?
And the fish.
And
Are you thinking like Jonah
Jonah
and
and
the
the
Whale?
Whale?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's not about that.
Oh, okay.
All right. Here I go. Are you guys ready for some nice Hindu scripture here?
Yes.
The destruction of everything on this earth, mobile and immobile, is near. The time for purging this world has arrived. Therefore, listen to what will bring your greatest welfare. The fear of destruction is nigh, for everything that moves, stands, stirs, and does not stir. That terrible time of destruction has arrived. You must therefore build a strong and sturdy boat and tether a rope to it. O great sage, you must then ascend to the Saptarishis, take it with you, all the seeds that I have mentioned to you earlier. Ascend on the boat and preserve them separately. O who is the beloved of sages, wait for me on the boat. I will come to you and you will know me from my horn. So this is a fish talking. Okay. He has a horn.
I love that.
I will now depart. Act according to my instructions, O Lord. Do not be anxious. And he replied to the fish in these words, O Lord, I will act accordingly. Then they took the leave of each other when they went where they wished. So Manu collected all the seeds. He built an excellent boat and sailed on the waves of the ocean. The boat was tossed around in the ocean. It danced around the roaring waves like a drunken woman. On that great ocean, the boat was battered. O destroyer of enemy cities, it was whirled around. The earth could not be seen, nor the directions. Everything was enveloped. There was water everywhere, including the sky and the heaven. The world was covered by this turbulence. Everything was invisible except for the 7 rishis, Manu, and the fish. The fish then pulled the boat to the highest peak in the Himalayas. Immediately tie the boat to the peak of this Himalayas. And since that day, the highest peak of the Himalayas has been known as Na Bandhana. Then, without any hesitation, it spoke to the rishis who were assembled there. I am Prajapati Brahma. There is no one superior to me. I have saved you from this fear in the form of a fish. Manu, the guy on the boat, will create all beings, gods and asuras and men, all the worlds, everything that moves and everything that does not move. So, Manu himself desired to create all beings. In the process of creating classes of beings, was overtaken by delusions and performed great austerities. So Manu was able to create all things. This famous account is the cleanser of all sins. A man who listens to Manu's account every day is happy, successful in all objectives, and goes to the world of heaven.
So okay, I see where you were saying yours has a lot of like.
There's this fish who came to Manu and said, hey, just so you know, the world is about to be taken over with water.
That's crazy.
And everything will be destroyed. So you need to build this boat. And instead of taking all the animals, he said, take all the seeds that I have told you about. And interestingly, like Hindu is more of a vegetarian type culture, right?
Yeah.
So whereas the culture of the Hebrews was very much slaughter and sacrifice right? Take all this animals, eat all this meat, whatever. These are more like save these seeds, which, I mean, Noah saved seeds too, right?
He did.
Yeah, he had to.
But I thought it was very interesting that it was so similar to the
Noah.
story of Noah.
Yeah, it is very similar.
I see where you're. I mean,
I have a question. Do you know about when that was written?
The Mahabharata, it's very, very, very old. Not as old as yours, I would assume. Let me see.
I'm sure it's over a time, but I was just kind of curious.
It's over a time.
Like over a time period. It was probably written. Compiled.
300 CE for the Mahabharata.
Okay.
What does CE
Yeah.
mean?
Common era.
Well, that's the
Common era.
later. That's the later iterations.
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
first ones came from Shatapatha
Mhm.
Brahma in the 8th and 6th century. Yeah,
8th and 6th centuries.
BCE.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is common era before Christ or after Christ?
So CE is AD. It's just like the less religious version of it. So it would come after BC or BCE.
Okay.
It's like BCE is before Christ or before Common Era, and then AD, Anno Domini, or in the year of our Lord, or CE, Common Era. So like we're living in 2026 CE or 2026 AD.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
No.
So what I thought was really cool is that the fish is supposed to be an incarnation of Vishnu.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Hmm.
And
I didn't know
Vishnu is one of the three gods, like the three major deities in Hinduism, and it is the preserver. Right, so you've got Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahma. Vishnu is the preserver, and Shiva is the destroyer. So it's interesting that the preserver deity was the one that came down in the form of a fish to tell Manu about
Was it
this.
a big fish, you wonder?
Actually, there's a story about it earlier within the Mahabharata, and he grows as big as the water that he's in. So
yes.
he grows big enough, he's in a pot. He grows bigger, he's in a pond. Then he asked to be took to the Ganges. And then he was like, I'm too big for the Ganges, take me to the ocean.
So
Wow.
Yeah.
haven't they said in the Himalayan mountains, and I don't know if it's the actual Himalayas, and this is, who knows, but haven't they said they found Noah's Ark?
They said they found Noah's Ark, I think it was in Turkey.
Was it? I know it was in a mountain. I guess my thing is like, did they find Noah's Ark? Did they find homeboys?
They found a boat-shaped site in the mountains of eastern Turkey,
Okay.
near Mount
Ararat.
Ararat.
Is there a picture of it?
Yeah, like that.
Let me see.
It kind of also looks like a coonie.
I hope it does.
Interesting.
Show me
The divine feminine
Here,
showing
here
her,
we go.
showing her thing.
So anyway, that's basically the flood myth in
Stop.
Hindu traditions. Let's go to Mesopotamia if we can.
Mesopotamia.
We can.
Okay.
Okay, so Mesopotamia, there's essentially three myths. All of them kind of overlap. There's really two main myths, which is the Babylonian myth and the Sumerian myth. Technically, the Babylonian myth was written earlier, even though Sumer is kind of essentially like your city-state,
Right.
and then like Sumerian is your first big civilization, like containing all the different city-states. So like,
Okay. Because
What's-
Sumer is Sumer the oldest, like,
it's either, I don't know if it's Sumer or the Akkadian one, Akkad or Cad or something like that.
okay,
That might be the first one. I don't remember. I can't
first
remember.
civilization, basically.
Yeah, so like they basically say the Sumerian civilization would be a collection of city states.
Okay.
So like Babylonia,
Okay.
like Babylon would be one, Sumer would be one, Akkad would be one. All those are like the different city states inside the Sumerian civilization.
Okay. Okay.
Is essentially how I've always understood it. So you have the Sumerian version and then the Babylonian version. But essentially the way it works is Enki and
Enlil.
Enlil. So they create humans. The story is with both of them, they create humans, and that's what's interesting too. Both of these like stories, one is literally called the Genesis, and one is just a legend or the epic. And then obviously the Epic of Gilgamesh. I'll get into that too because it kind of ties into it. But essentially, both of them are about creation, and so humans are created to take over the workload of the gods because they were just tired of working, and so humans take over the workload. Eventually, Enki is worried that Enlil is worried that they are going to overpopulate, and so he decides. The story is essentially that they are upset with the noise of humans because it's not allowing the gods to sleep, that they're too loud, they're overpopulating, all this stuff. So they send a great flood. So Enlil, in each story, he warns a different hero to build a boat, take his family, take the animals. It never specifies the animals, at least anything that I found. It never specified animals. I've never heard that before specifically, if it's like 2x2 or anything like that.
2x2, 4x4.
They stay on there. So this is where, Jacob, you would have almost been right. In both stories, they stay on the boat for 7 days.
Oh, okay.
After 7 days, they get off. They land on a mountain. In one of the stories specifically, I want to make sure I get this one right. Okay, so this is where the Epic of Gilgamesh comes in. So in the Sumerian story, in the Genesis, they were not able to, it's considered like one of the oldest surviving texts. They were not able to recover all of it. Some of it had been destroyed. So they basically pieced it together from the Epic of Gilgamesh. Okay. Because it kind of ties in with it. In the Epic, they send out a swallow, a dove, and a raven. Ooh. Now, you all can kind of go on this one because with the raven, the other two of them come back. The raven does not.
The raven goes and finds Odin. And
That's
like,
what I figured. As soon as I read that, I was like, well, they're going to have something to say about that.
She goes to Ireland and she's the Morgan.
Oh, could be.
So they go back and then, the flood's over with. So it only lasts for 7 days.
Wow, interesting.
But the mountain part, the releasing the bird, the building the boat, the warning from God, all of that is in there. Now, it's not so much that the humans were evil, but that they were an annoyance in some way.
God,
so one thing that I remember from Sunday school, and the Sunday school that I went to as an adult before I left the church was very, he's very conspiratorial, right? So he's talking about Noah. And he's saying the flood happened because in the days of Noah, the human genetics were corrupted. Okay.
That's with the fallen angels, right?
That's with Genesis 6, which goes to the book of Enoch, which talks about the fallen angels.
Yeah. So I've heard that before.
Is that Sodom and Gomorrah?
No.
Well, I think it talks about at one point, and this might... I know it talks about the fallen angels lying with women.
Yes.
And so that was like one of the big evil, because like in the story of Noah, like humanity has become too evil,
monstrous,
and that was one of my big plot holes in the Bible growing up, and I always asked this, and no one really had an answer for it. Was the whole point of the Christian God is that He is omnipotent, omnipresent, so he knows everything, all good, all present.
All present, yeah.
But knowing everything, I never understood why He created humans. And then it literally talks about in the Bible, it says that He at one point regretted
His creation.
I always got hung up on an all-knowing God regretting a thing that He, like, why would He?
Yeah,
if you knew
he'd be
about
upset.
it,
If He had knew
it?
that this was happening, why would He regret?
Right.
Yeah.
That one always like kind of bugged me.
Well,
so many.
Obviously, there's a lot of other ones, but that was one. That was one that always really bugged me.
So what I think is interesting, though, is that when we look at the book of Enoch, it talks about the council of gods sitting above heaven or whatever, and they're saying we're not going do not let them lay with the women of earth. They do anyway. So the Nephilim come, or the fallen angels come down, have relations with the women, create this Nephilim species, which are like monstrous giant sort of things. That's the reason, according to my old Sunday school teacher, why the flood happened. And going back to Enki and Lil, we, from the stories that I have recalled from Enki and Lil, we were created to be their slaves. Basically.
Giving Anunnaki.
Exactly. And
really,
Enki and Enlil were
Anunnaki.
Yeah. Because the Anunnaki is just...
you knew this, Tyler?
Oh, yeah.
What?
I love this stuff.
We have a lot
Me
of
too.
conversations.
Yeah. Me and Caitlin talked a lot about this.
The Babylonian pantheon is basically the Anunnaki. There's Anu, Enlil, Enki, and there's others.
Well, let's talk about that real quick. Sorry, but
Okay.
like as a side note, you talk about how all these things cross paths.
Yeah.
I've always thought it very interesting that a lot of religions, Hinduism, Mesopotamian, Christianity,
Norse.
there is your three like big deities.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
they always come in a...
God.
Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Odin, Thor, Loki, Enki, Enlil, Anu,
God the Father, God the Son, God, the Holy Spirit.
Spirit, yeah.
Yeah.
I've always
Libby,
thought that was
Poppy.
very
This is-
interesting.
And they're all male. They're
Yeah.
all male.
It is weird.
Because like those
Until
three.
you get to like Celtic mythology.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like those three in the Anunnaki or in the Mesopotamian religion were supposed to be like the cosmic beings, and like kind of they represented the
Those that
beginnings
come
of
from
all.
above. That's what Anunnaki. Anunnaki means literally, I think, the shiny one, or those that come from above.
But there's got to be a huge influence. Even if you believe in Christianity, which is that's your spirituality,
Right.
but you can't deny there's got to be an influence of Mesopotamian because Abraham literally was from there whenever
That's
he
the
received his
region.
message. Yeah.
That's literally the region
Yeah.
where that came from.
Wait, Abraham was from there?
The Mesopotamian region
Yeah.
is all of that in that whole area.
Yeah.
So like from Egypt over to like Palestine, like that sort of.
But essentially, like he was in that area whenever he received the vision, and then went to the Promised Land and all that stuff, and started trying to make his way.
It's very interesting. And I just thought it was interesting, the connection with the genetics, when the genetics of them creating humans to be their slaves, and then the genetic downfall of the people in the time of Noah.
Yeah, because I had always thought, until I started looking up stuff, I'd always thought that he had seen them as a threat, but it
That
wasn't.
God saw humans as a threat?
Not in the. I'm talking about in Mesopotamian.
Okay.
That Enki
Enlil
or Enlil. I always get them
saw
confused.
us.
Yeah, that Enlil saw him
Yeah.
as a threat, but it was more of an annoyance almost. In every myth, I thought that was interesting.
So this goes into, like, I could do a whole nother podcast topic episode on this subject.
I feel like that's a like a little...
This is like a hot topic for me. I love this topic, but like I had always thought of in the creation myth, there's Enki and Lil. Enlil was ready for the destruction of humanity.
yeah.
Enki was there to preserve it. So I thought the serpent was Enki because he was there to help us.
Well, don't even get me started on that, because I still say that Loki and Enki are variations of each other. Because Enki was always kind of the trickster going behind the god's back to warn the humans and stuff like that. Then you get into Loki being associated with serpents all the time.
I
Then
like
you
their
get the
names. They're
serpent in
kind
the
of
garden.
cutesy. Inky and Loki.
Yeah.
It's kind of cutesy.
Yeah, I always thought it interesting that Enki and Enlil are supposed to represent essentially like the two sides of God, one being the stern, structured
Storm, the
version,
coming of the
the judging God in a sense almost,
Yeah.
whereas Enlil is the am I getting them mixed up
Enki,
again?
yeah.
I'm always getting them mixed up. Sorry.
Yeah.
Enki is more of the compassion and love and stuff like
Which
that.
very much to me feels like Jesus versus Yahweh.
It's definitely
Yeah,
Old Testament
100%.
versus New Testament.
Yeah.
I've always
Yeah.
thought that. It's
I could
definitely
have a whole podcast on this whole thing.
it's definitely a God of the Old Testament
Testament
versus a God of the New
versus- yeah.
Testament. A judging and almost like bloodthirsty God at times.
Yeah.
Versus turn the other cheek.
Yeah.
Love your neighbor.
Love your neighbor.
Love your enemy.
Yeah, it makes
All that
no
stuff.
sense.
It's a hippie immigrant socialist person from Palestine known as Jesus.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so that's Sumer. Did you have more? You had talk about Gilgamesh or?
Well, so that was just talking about how Gilgamesh kind of tied into it because, like the story of the three birds they sent out, the dove, the
Okay.
swallow, and the raven. That's from the Epic. Essentially, the Epic of Gilgamesh and the Genesis from Sumerian are very similar because anything they lost from Sumerian, they kind of pieced it together
From Gilgamesh.
which I
Okay.
always thought is cool too because both stories from Babylon and Sumerian, we obviously it's a lot of guesswork, but we guess that it was written at least 200 years before Moses wrote Genesis,
Okay.
because they think that Moses wrote Genesis around 1440 to 1400 BC, and the Babylonian was written in like the 1640s
Okay.
BC,
Yeah.
and then the Sumerian I think was written in 1600 BC, something like that.
Okay.
So
So, do you think this one would be the oldest myth?
I think so. The Sumerian, it's really weird because the Sumerian predates even that. It's essentially like a compilation. They think they wrote this specific story in the Sumerian text around this time, but the Sumerian text itself is supposed to be one of the. I think it's the oldest surviving Mesopotamian myth. I don't know if it's the oldest surviving oldest surviving Mesopotamian text.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the oldest surviving
I think it
text.
is. The oldest known recorded flood myth is the Epic of Atrahasis,
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
18th century BC. So that's the one you just.
That's
talked about.
that's the Sumerian one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, they had the first writing system in history
Yes.
and all that stuff too. So they were the first ones to.
Cuneiform.
Yeah, they were the first ones to start recording things.
So we have Atrahasis. We have Manu. What do we have
Manu.
from China?
Nothing related to any of this.
Really?
Really?
Nope. I mean, there are like
Interesting.
boats and stuff, but it was
Okay.
like people trying to survive, and there was multiple, and it wasn't like
Okay.
it was not in a we're flooding Earth to reset, because I feel like that's in both of your all stories
Yeah,
kind of was
it is.
it's a reset.
Yeah.
It kind of was, but it wasn't. So the ancient Chinese.
That's so cool. That's interesting. Sorry, keep going. Keep going. Sorry. I like that because
Yeah,
it
like,
always
I
feels
thought
like
you were
China
being
is
sarcastic.
always
Yeah,
kind of like,
like
they're always kind of
Well, I was
on their own.
they're
Yeah.
separated. Yeah.
I was literally like, I've never had interest. I don't want to say never, but like in the Asian, like Japanese, Chinese, like culture and stuff. I do have an interest, but like it's not
Kawaii.
in a like I've never wanted to like go there, and like after we did the whole Japanese mythology
stuff,
thing,
yeah.
and now like reading about this, I'm like, okay,
It's
I'm
super
kind of like I'm
cool.
starting to like realize
It's crazy how
they're
like,
hippie-ish
the
in a
Eastern
way.
culture really latches onto you, because I was not interested at all until my very first teaching job was 6th grade.
Really,
And one of the, I mean, I had to teach like ancient Mesopotamia, ancient
Yeah.
Egypt,
Yeah.
but ancient China was one of them, and it's fascinating.
That's
it
so cool.
like so it centers around a massive flood called the Great Flood that nearly destroyed civilization,
Okay.
but it wasn't about punishment.
Interesting.
It was about restoring the balance and learning how to work with nature, which I feel like we're in our
Okay.
nature area or
Yeah.
era, not area, era right now. Like,
Uh-huh.
you know, the first hero in the story was, and again, we listen and we don't judge with these names.
Yeah.
Okay. Was Gun, who tries to stop the flood by building dams to block the water, but it doesn't work, and the flooding continues and it gets worse. And then his son, U the Great, takes over, and instead of trying to fight the water, U studies the rivers and creates canals and pathways to redirect the flood waters. After years of hard work, he finally succeeds in controlling the flood and restoring order to the land. Because of this, U becomes a legendary ruler, and he was said to have founded, again, we don't listen and we don't judge, the Zai dynasty? Zia?
CIA.
Yeah. XIA, sorry, XIA.
XIA. The Jia dynasty, I think.
Jia dynasty, which traditionally
That's like
considered...
the earliest one. I think that's the one.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. This dates back 2000 to 2000 BC.
Okay.
Does that sound right? 2000? Anyways. He becomes the legendary ruler, and he's said to have founded the Zhai dynasty, which is considered the first dynasty in Chinese history, like you just said. The myth was deeply connected to Chinese ideas about harmony with nature, and the lesson wasn't about conquering nature, but instead learning to understand it, adapt to it, and work with it. So, which kind of ties into the whole seeds and like I feel like they all have something about like repopulating, I guess, if you will, like
the rebirth cycle.
The rebirth. Also in Chinese, dragons were important because in Chinese mythology, dragons are seen as water and weather spirits. So they're connected to the rivers, the rains, the floods. They're not evil monsters, but they kind of controlled all of that at the same time. So they were respected, not feared necessarily. Some historians believe that the story has been inspired by real catastrophic flooding along the Yellow River thousands of years ago, meaning that the myth could contain memories of actual ancient disasters passed down through generations, which kind of ties into all of what we're talking about with it. So
I am so interested in this right now because it's just crazy to me that all these different cultures have some story of a flood myth.
Right.
And when I'm thinking, I'm sitting here thinking about how all of ours, like mine, Jacob, and Tyler's, all happened below the Himalayas. And yours happened above the Himalayas. And all of ours had that, like, this is punishment for the sins of the world.
And this one wasn't. It was about restoring balance and like learning to be with nature. Like how to work with it, I guess.
I always feel like that ties into with a lot of like just Chinese culture in general. Like it's not as much about like punishment and hell and damnation as it is just trying to be a better person and grow. Like even with Buddhism, which I know it's an offshoot of Hinduism, which starts in India, but like becomes popular in China. Like even that I feel like fits their culture so well.
Buddhism is such a interesting topic because it's a religion, but not necessarily a religion. It's a philosophy. But it is, I don't know. I really just want to know what happened. What I know that there was a great flood because apparently it's in almost every culture.
Right.
Like, why?
See, that's what also makes me think, because like all of these cultures started when they finally started writing it down. I wonder how many times they've told this story through generations and then tried to remember it and find, because like I think that dynasty was the first ones to start writing because they wrote on like turtle shells. I think they carved on turtle shells. I think
that makes sense.
I think that was how the first. I think that was like the first recordings. I could be way off and being mixed up, but anyways, I always wonder like how many times they've told this story and how they've just tried to kind of piece it together. That's why there's similarities, because it seems like it's something like that had to have happened in somewhere, some form, and then how many times it's been passed down.
So it says here.
Am I way off?
No.
I'm looking at something else.
No, you're way on. Like there's literally nothing about like why the storms happen. Like I'm just looking here at my notes and stuff that I took because I kind of did a synopsis, but it literally was just to teach humans how to restore the order of nature. That's like the main thing. I think that was the whole reason. But my thing is like, there's no gods or anything necessary. I mean, I guess there are, because in the mythology, like,
So that could almost tie in.
You and Gun are like the, not gods, but they were.
But like where it says like to teach them to say that again, to
restore nature, restore the order of nature.
Order of nature. So almost like they had started disrespecting nature itself,
possibly.
Oh God.
So that
because it says the waters destroyed the crops,
How close
would
are we to that
displace
now?
right.
Oh, nature always wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It fights
always
back.
Wins.
So
It destroyed the crops, displaced entire populations, swallowed villages, turned the land into chaos. So history is known to literally repeat itself.
yeah.
We're
Well,
going through it right now. So like, how close are we to?
I still think that's how we get the Pangea thing. Is I think, and now once again, this is just a Tyler theory. There's no like big science to prove this or anything, but I still feel like that was where the earth was one piece. Some great flood happened, and that's what separated. That's why I think the flood happened, but it happened so long ago they couldn't record it, and so they've passed it down. It's just been oral tradition until they could start writing, and they pieced it together as best they could remember.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just wanted to look at the Hopi because they have all kinds of different myths and stuff. So we've all been talking about civilizations. I wanted to see what the native people, the Hopi, thought about the flood. So the Hopi flood myth, because they have one.
Go figure.
Like every other
I
civilization.
mean, no contact with whatsoever.
So, the thing is that like, sorry, put a
You're
pin
fine.
in yours. What you're saying makes like the most sense. Like everything when we were one big island at the end of the day, because that's what we were, one big island. We were all basically, because what have we talked about since the beginning? We're all one. Like everything ties back. We all have the same basis. The stories are pretty much the same. Like, how does everyone have that same story? Yes, I know there's different beings and different like powers that
but like we were saying, the threes main gods.
Right. Like, I mean, it
floods.
makes sense. The flood came, separated, and everyone's trying to piece together a story.
So the Hopi recounts the destruction of the corrupt third world by a great flood unleashed by the Creator following the abandonment of spiritual laws.
Where is the Hopi at?
They're like Southwest America.
Okay.
South.
Because I think it's the Aztecs that believe, aren't their creation that the world is constantly reborn? Like there's some, because I'm trying to think, like I wonder if that, I know this is like making you look stuff up immediately, but I think that is either Aztecs or Mayans and their like creation part of it. They believe that there's like a regeneration of the earth essentially. So I wonder
I think it is the Aztecs.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Cosmic cycle. The flood represents the end of an era rather than singular, fitting into the Aztec belief of recurring temporary world ages.
Yeah.
I wonder if that ties in. That's crazy. I wonder if that ties into it too.
So their flood myth involves
that was like a restart.
The destruction of the fourth world by a cataclysmic deluge sent by gods to punish humanity.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
That ties how?
What the heck?
How does a civilization, a whole ocean away, with no contact, able to come up with a story that is so similar?
Right. That's crazy.
To multiple civilizations.
Yeah.
Like you can make an argument like, oh, Mesopotamia interacted with this, or this interacted with this, or whatever. But like
that is crazy.
That's hard to argue.
Survivors who hid in a hollowed out cypress tree.
Oh my gosh.
Landed on a mountain.
Of course.
Landed on a mountain.
What? I mean, of course.
Yeah.
That blows my mind more than anything else, because you could make an argument that a trader or a traveler.
Hold on. Okay. Later, repopulating the earth, often with the people becoming mute or turning into fish.
What the?
Oh my God.
Shut the.
Dolphins. Dolphins. Dolphins are human
They
in
are
fish
human.
form.
They are.
They
That's
really
crazy.
Ariel.
Ariel, mermaids.
Yeah, mermaids.
All right, we got a mermaid episode coming, and we got a dolphin episode coming.
Oh my God,
That's crazy.
that is crazy.
This is my favorite topic. Oh my gosh, I love it. So yeah, I
It
mean,
just keeps going. It goes deeper. Like I
I
just
just
like.
can't believe they coincide.
I feel like we've scratched the surface.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Like barely scratched it.
Yeah.
let's just look up the Mayan while we're here. Oh, the Popol Vuh. I've heard of that. So the Mayan flood myth, largely detailed in the Popol Vuh, describes a great deluge sent by the creator gods, specifically
Oh
a
my
hurricane, to destroy the wooden people.
Wooden people.
A failed, mindless creation.
Yeah, so they create, because they tried to create humans 3 times. Once out of maybe clay, wood, and
Okay.
then maize, because maize is the successful one.
Okay.
So that's how they get rid of the second or first try.
The catastrophic flood, depicted as rain or water, wiped out humanity to allow for the creation of the new beings made of maize.
That's
That is crazy.
Okay. According to some legends, a few wooden people survived the destruction, escaping to the trees to become monkeys. Other accounts, similar to Mesoamerican traditions of 4 or 5, mention the survivors who became the guardians of the sky's 4 corners. So we have people becoming fish, people becoming monkeys.
Monkeys, dolphins.
Is this just another way of like evolution? Like
I mean, it
the
sounds like it.
bonobos, how
Yeah.
we're so similar. I mean, I know the bonobos were in Africa, but like the similarities between humans and dolphins
Yeah.
and bonobos and humans, we're the only ones that can like have a really good communication with each other. We can communicate with other species,
Yeah.
and we have sex for fun.
It's
not
true. I mean,
not
it's true.
just for
Just for it to reproduce.
yeah. Dolphins, bonobos, and humans.
Wow.
Well, that's
Sex for
crazy
fun.
because I mean that's crazy.
That is
That's
crazy.
crazy.
You know. Oh my
I want
gosh.
to turn into a dolphin, but actually no, I don't, because I don't want to be in the ocean.
Yeah, you don't like the ocean. It's like your biggest fear.
Well, if I was a dolphin, then nothing would hurt me because
okay.
Sharks would still.
I'm blown away right now.
I am
yeah,
too.
it's crazy.
That is
my gosh.
crazy.
These are my favorite topics.
So like I bet every ancient civilization
Has to.
but like not even having the myth, but having
what's another
so
that
many
we've not read out?
similarities.
What's another one?
See.
How do we do Egyptian?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
Which Egyptians be the outlier and not have it?
Egyptian. When you type Egyptian F, and the first thing that pops up is flood myth.
Of
Like
course.
you know what I'm saying?
They don't talk about it because that's
Hold
when the
on,
advanced civilization was.
Unlike other ancient cultures, the Egyptians did not have a destructive.
wow.
You know why?
world
You know why?
ending flood myth
Because
because
It's because they were so advanced, they want to cover it up, and so they had the flood, and no one talks about it because that's the way they can get by with saying they were never as advanced.
They were Atlanteans. They knew.
Yeah, they
what
knew.
The flood
They
was
knew
like.
what was
Honestly,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they knew how to get by. That's
Have
when they
you
got in
seen
their flying ships.
that the sonars are starting to show, like they've been able to use sonar technology to go deeper below the
Oh,
pyramids, and they're
man.
finding like it's going deep down in there.
I mean,
Which
if we want to talk about current conspiracies, let's talk about Gilgamesh
and Hillary Clinton
What?
and the war.
What?
We got to have another topic about that too.
yeah,
We have to do a whole.
the
podcast.
body of Gilgamesh.
yeah,
That's a wild one.
yeah.
The what?
The body of Gilgamesh. The tomb of Gilgamesh. Look up just when you get a chance. Look up tomb of Gilgamesh.
So I want to throw in a little
Yeah,
bit
that's
of Celtic stuff here. And we know the Celtic people didn't write that much stuff down. But there was a flood myth that generally described devastating, vengeful deluge that reshaped the landscape, commonly featuring submerged lands and a single surviving pair of magical beings. The Welsh store of Dwyfyn and Dyfed. I'm not even gonna try
Can
with
you
Welsh.
one more time that, please?
No, Welsh. I'm sorry. You don't get a chance here.
That's when you do the pronunciation. Put it up to your microphone.
Yeah.
And let it say it.
There was also a monstrous creature that caused Lake Leland to overflow. Ooh.
Ooh,
It
That's
was
fun.
The Leviathan. Oh, Loch Ness.
Lake Leland. No, it's in Wales.
Ugh.
Somewhere in Wales. I want to go to Wales.
me too.
Wales. I'm gonna go to Wales.
Wales is. I feel like they're always the forgotten.
They are, but they're
part of the
so
UK.
magical.
Because everyone talks about Scotland, which I mean, like just more of just the forgotten country. Because everyone's like, oh, Scotland, Ireland, England. It's like,
Oh,
Yeah.
what about Wales?
What
They
about
have
Wales over here?
500 castles. They
Yeah.
have more castles than any other.
yeah, and no,
Celtic
and
nation.
no one talks about them.
And they're beautiful. They have beautiful mountains. I want to go so bad.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think we've about covered it, y'all. There was a flood some time ago.
This
And
is the first time I'm going to have to do more research even
After
after.
a podcast.
So we need to sit down tonight and make a list of all our upcomings because we've got a lot to talk
We
about.
do.
Like a lot.
We really do. It's fun. It's exciting.
It is exciting.
We love it.
Hmm.
I love it.
Love
Okay.
it.
We will see you next week.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about some fun stuff next week too.
Hey, pull out some old
Conspiracy.
hats.
Yeah.
Put our tin hats on.
Put our tin hats
I don't
on.
know if I would call it fun.
I mean,
I'm fun.
I would not
I
call
think
it
it's
fun.
fun.
It's
The
terrifying.
topic's fun to talk about.
yeah, it terrifies me.
Okay, so you'll have to
Ooh.
listen next week to
I
see what
I
we're
know
talking about.
nothing about it, so I'm gonna be
Be
terrified.
prepared. Oh, you will.
I wanted to get my socks
This will
blown off.
stress him out.
Yeah.
I'm
Do
gonna
you-
have an existential crisis.
He might.
Yeah.
What do you have anything to say? Final words?
Yeah. If it's your birthday, I love you. Happy
Do you want to
birthday.
show the people? Do you want to like give them a little sneak peek?
But
What?
How badass you are?
uh,
How badass you are?
I'm not showing the people my ass.
we'll show. We'll your tattoo.
Your
Oh.
tattoo.
We'll show it when you
When
can
it's
take the
healed,
second
yeah,
skin
the
off,
second-
and we'll
'cause it
we'll
does
make
look
your
kind
own
of
little
scary.
TikTok on
Is that
TikTok.
camera even on anymore?
It died.
I thought I heard it beep.
The camera died. Yeah,
This
that
one's
one
still on.
might be on. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so we will talk to you next week. If you have any questions or stories of your own, if you have experienced a great
If you've
flood,
been in a great flood, let us know.
send us
If
an
you build a
email.
boat, let us know.
Send
If
it-
you're a bonobos,
Yeah,
let
yeah.
us know. If you're a dolphin, let us
if
know.
you have sex for fun, let us know.
Ooh, I want to say if you have, so I've been on like a TikTok spiral right now of like
Yeah.
new conspiracy theories. If you have any new conspiracy theories,
Ooh,
or like
yeah.
just
Oh yeah.
like I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah.
like major ones, not
Like,
just
yeah,
your
not
common
the-
everyday ones, like
Okay.
any deep dive
Send us a DM.
conspiracies.
a good deep dive one.
Yeah.
Or hit us up on TikTok.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's if you're seeing it on TikTok,
Then
just
you're on TikTok.
scroll that over to
Spirits
us,
of the Round Table.
and we will deep dive that shit.
We will, and it's so much fun.
We'll put a
Okay.
deep dive in you. We love you.
Okay. All right, you guys have a great week. We'll see you
Love
next
you.
week.
Love you.
All right,
Bye.
Bye.